Okay, I'm going to rebuild a lighter here that I have had for 2 months. Okay, a gentleman sent these to me. Actually sent me 2 of them. These are, what are they? Colibri of London. I can't remember the guy's name. Name's on in here. That's what happens when you don't have your eyeball glasses on. Let me see here. John Sterling lighters. Now, I don't know much about these lighters, but I do know one thing. They are quality lighters. There's no doubt about it. You can't find a better manufactured lighter anywhere. I don't care. You know, Dunhill don't make a lighter any better than this. Okay? That's just all I got to say about that. Now, I rebuilt this one already, and matter of fact, it's been sitting for 2 days. Let's see, it's going to be in about 5 hours. It'll be, let's see, Tuesday. It'll be 2 days, I think, or 3 days. I think pretty much 3 days. It was 68. Hold on here. 73.8 grams on the 6th. It's still 73.8, so it's holding. It's holding good. It's holding good. This one's good. Flame adjustment's working. We're good to go on that one. Now, I saved one of them so I can put it on film and, you know, get it on video for you guys out there that might have one of these and, you know, need it worked on or need some information how to work on it. The only thing I didn't like about these is that they had they had what I call a non-repairable filler valve. That means it wasn't where you couldn't just unscrew it, you know, and replace it. It was kind of crimped deal. I can't remember where I got this one fixed and I'll put it back in, but I'm not going to worry about the filler valve right now on this video. I want to go to showing you how to, you know, deal with this. Of course, first thing you want to do is get the flint out of there. All right, and the next thing. You want to get down in here and we want to take off this here assembly right here for the spring cap. All right. Okay. There's that. Basically like a Dunhill. Okay, let me find something to put this on. Put these parts in. Now once you get down to this part here, I think you can see the 2 screws in there. Got to come out. Alright. light so I can see something here. Now, I've had these lighters for 2 months because just sitting here waiting because I had to order some O-rings and the right size, and I couldn't find any. I checked with probably 10 individual suppliers. You know, some of them were main suppliers that, you know, other guys told me to get a hold of, but trouble you run into is that when you need a cord size and the thickness of the cord itself, which is always labeled CS on the O-ring. So if you want anything smaller than a 1 millimeter CS, well, there's only 2 that I know of, and they're on O-rings and more, but the 68 and the 70 something, but they're 3 to 4 millimeter OD on them, and that's way bigger than I needed. So here's the roller assembly and everything. I'm just gonna leave that like that. Now there's underneath this here roller, if I remember right, there's a little spring, which might make it a little hard for getting this out, but bear with me here because be careful so I don't burger this lighter up. Can't remember how I got the last one out. I think it was just fiddling with it, basically. Yeah, come on. Here we go. There we go. And a little spring right there. See that? Alright. Now, let me go ahead and take the top part out of here with my little homemade tool. Sometimes you're working on, guys, you gotta make some homemade tools here. Be careful here because this one has a little bitty spring. See that? Don't lose that. You're gonna be, if you lose that, well, it's gonna be in a world of hurt. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a little magnet right here. I'm going to put that spring on that little magnet and just toss that right in there. That thing won't wander off. Now, could possibly see. Hopefully. You can see that. That is, that stopper isn't good. Even if it was, you have to replace it. There's just no way around that. You have to replace it because you're going to be going this far on a lighter like this. You just replace it. You guys out there that's ever worked on downhill roller gas, you know what that looks like. Now, when I cut out one of those earlier from the previous lighter I worked on, I cut out more than one. So what I'm going to try to do is, I'll probably try to do the impossible. That's find out where I put it at, what I've done with it. I got so many. I get so much stuff laying around here, guys. I can't keep track half the time. I should put all that stuff in a particular place, but let's see what I got here. I think I got one right here. I think I got one there, possibly. Let me take a peek here and see. It's gonna be close. Yeah. Matter of fact, that's it. Hey, I found it. Whoa. In order to do that, you just got to get you some sheet of Buna rubber, 70 Euro, and that part right there is actually done. Okay, that part's done. That's all you need to worry about on that top end, is putting that seat in there. Okay, now we're going to work on the bottom end. Little screw there. Now, take out the main valve body. try to focus in as much as I can on this, guys. But once in a while I might get out of frame because I got to look above my head to see the display. I don't have a. I need to get a little wireless. You can see through that. See the hole all the way through. Possibly you can see this. See in the top right there, that little orifice. So what happens here, when you open the lid, okay, when you open the lid, this little inward valve pops up by the spring pressure, right? And that stopper unplugs that hole on top of here. Just like this is how it works. Alright. Now, I want to go over on this now. I want to tell you a few things. These type of valve systems gotta have as close as possible to the original size O-ring, because if not, I'll take this apart and I'll show you, just so you'll know here too, that inside here, gotta get my specs on to see it again. My little inside here, not here, the other end here, yeah. Inside here, you see this here, you might be able to see around this here part right here fits on the inside. That's this little piece will come out, which I'm actually going to have to poke it out to make sure that it's not stuck in there, because if it's stuck in there, it won't operate properly as far as your flame adjustment. And I'm going to hopefully, this one here is small enough to get in there and do it, because I can't remember if it was or not. I don't think it was. I think that was too big. So that's a 1/2 millimeter. This right here is a 1/2 millimeter rod. This isn't a wire, it's a rod. It will break. So you have to be careful. I never know what tools I'm going to need. So that's why I'm always digging around for something. I'm thinking this here pin might get in there and poke that hole, maybe to get that little piece out of there. There it is. See that? You see how small that is, guys? Look at that. Don't lose that. Boy, you'll be in for a world of hurt if you do. And what I'm going to do, since that I have that out, I'm actually going to brush this bottom, top both actually, and just to make sure there is no gunk on there, and that little part moves in and out accordingly. Boy, gotta be careful and brush this off. I don't want to. I got stuck in. Gotta look at my magnifier here and see how. Actually, it looks pretty good. I'm going to see if that little steel thing will fit in there after all. Maybe I just couldn't get it in from that side. I'll try it from this side here. Yeah. Okay, fit in there. So you know it's 1/2 millimeter. Now, I'm going to stick this little piece in here with the parts, and I'm going to take the O-ring off of there, put another one in there. I don't remember what size it was, but let me look. It's 3.81. 3.83. This O-ring could possibly be possibly good, but you got it down this far, guys. Don't make a mistake of not replacing it, because you get everything all perfectly tuned, then you have to tear it apart again, and you know, there's just no sense of that. So that's a 0.56, 0.6 O-ring by 3 something. Okay. 0.6 by 3 something. Let's see what I got in my O-rings here. Tell you what, finally stumbled across accidentally a supplier out of China, these small O-rings, so thank goodness. Right there. I think that's going to work right there. I think we're going to be fine on that. Let me see. What I'd like to do is kind of put that O-ring gut right up against there and see what down on there. Let me take a close look. I think we're good right there. I think that's going to work good. what they call a perfect fit. And I've been searching over and over and over the past couple months. I think on various O-rings I've probably spent $200 just to get a supply, so I don't ever have to mess with this again. I'm gonna have to order some more of these though. I thought I ordered 100 of them, but I didn't. So anyway, bear with me. I got a little bit of a cough going on here. All right. Good there. Let me poke it down in there and see. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, that'll work. We're good there. Alright, I got the external, got that O-ring good. Now, just so you'll know, and here's the sponge. Okay, and that sponge is going to mate up against this here, and that's what regulates your gas. Okay, I got that. Now I want to do this one. I want to put an O-ring on this one here. I can't remember what size it is I need, but I'm pretty sure it's a 0.6 CS. This in here isn't even hardly sticking pat. Even though this lighter's new, guys, even though it's new, it doesn't mean your O-ring is good, because you got to keep in mind that the O-ring might have been in there 40 years. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be mashed down. It's not going to have the same OD as a new one. Okay. Now let me take all these out. That's 0.7. .7, 2.6. I think that 2.6 and 2.7 are what I need. So let me measure this. 2.9. I'll go with a 2.7 on that, I think. Let me see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, let's go with let's go with the 2.7. Notice how far I'm stretching these. You get your O-rings too tight, or I don't mean too tight, I guess I mean too hard, you'll break them. You want about a 70 Duro. You get anything, any harder than that, you try to stretch them and put them on, you're going to be breaking a lot of them. Let's see if you can see this. That O-ring's just protruding past that brass. That's just what we want. So this is done, so I'm going to put this little part back in there. If I can do it without get the tweezers out, maybe I'll make it a little easier. Possibly. Okay, here we go. Alright. Try to poke it out again at this end. I'm going to kind of scrape that end a little bit here. It should be somewhat. Should be somewhat able to move a little freely. Inside here. Boy, I'm gonna be happy when we get that in there. Yeah, alright, let's try it again. Go. Alright. Got that part done. Now, just so you know, there's inside this, there's another little, see that little, you gotta have a specialty tool. There's a little brass rod coming up through that and 2 slots on each side. You ought to have a specialty tool for getting that out, and that's why I made this here. Alright, so stick down in there and take that out of there, unscrew that out. I don't know if you can see it or not. See on this, there's no ring on here. And let's push out, there we go, there with the sponge, right there. Sponge right there. Okay, check this out. You see this here? See this O-ring? This O-ring keeps gases from coming back through this tube now back here. This O-ring, if it's too tight, see this here valve system? It's got to move. Show you something here. You see this? This valve system's got to move. See the little nub there? When you get everything adjusted right, this is your flame adjustment screw right here. That's what pushes on that. Pushes that in or unlooses it. And that there base right there is what compresses against your sponge. So, if that's too tight, that O-ring, it might not let go back in because it's not really using any pressure, but other than, you know, what this sponge is going to put against this here platform to push it back, if you see what I'm saying. So, anyway, so this O-ring is probably pretty critical right here at getting the exact size that you need. Otherwise, your flame adjustment might not work properly. And that's the only thing that I was worried about on that gold version of this very same lighter, is where the flame adjustment is going to work. Well, it does. It works great. So, there's that O-ring. Let's measure this. I can't remember. That says 2.43 OD of the brass part. I remember right. I think it's, I used a 0.6. Use around a 0.6. Yeah. CS size. So, let's see. So this one here is the one I want to use. I think that's pretty much going to be the same size. Let me put that up there. Yeah. That's pretty much going to be it right there. Alright. Here's what I'm using. Okay. See what I got here. Stick it inside this here and see how it works. put a little grease on it. Now that's pretty tight, but I got the okay, it's gonna work. I got the nubs on this. This little thing's got throw a little grease on that. It'll help it don't take a lot. You just want enough to just a little, just kind of spread around there on that. Wipe any excess off that you got. Alright. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to put this back in here. There we go. Now what did I do with that little, gotta find me a little washer now for this. Now on these guys, this is basically here, it's kind of this is like your maximum flame height adjustment screw. Same as other lighters I've talked about. This is your maximum flame height adjustment screw. So this is kind of like, this is one of them, when you screw it in, you want to check it and make sure, because you want to screw it in, screw it out. Screw it in, screw it out. You're just going to mess up the O-ring, because you know that O-ring's got a seal on around threads and stuff. So you want to just be careful with that too as well. So I can't remember. I'm thinking that might have been the one I used right there. That's a 0.7. Let me get in here and look some more here. Two 0.7. That's 0.7 I use. Let me see if I got a 6 in here. .47. Okay. I'm thinking I used this in here. I'm thinking I used that same one on that because see, this has got a 0.6 CS. I think that's the one I wanted to use. I'll know after I get it on. No, it ain't. That's not the one I want to use. I think I'm going to go with this in here. A small one. Because it's got a couldn't even feel I had that in my finger. That's how small that was. That's it. That's it. That's the one I wanted to use. Right there. Now the only thing is the sponge. Don't think I want to use that sponge. I like using sponges. It's got holes in them. I can't remember what that sponge is, but okay. 2.5. Yeah, but 2.5. So I'm going to cut a sponge out of the lighter, unless I got one already cut. No. Bear with me a minute, I got to tear a lighter apart. I got to tear one of these apart to get a sponge. I usually get the parts out of there that might be any good. The flint basically is all I save out of that. Plus the internal, I don't know how many springs of these you can save, but you know, after you get a couple hundred of them, there's basically no need. Unloosen this here valve here. And you start hearing air come out. Alright. See this valve system right here too. There's parts inside that. And you can save wick if you want. But all I'm wanting is this little sponge right here. Tear it apart, empty a perfectly good disposable lighter of its gas. Just get this little sponge. I'm trying to source parts, these sponges, but I can't find a source for them. Trying to get hold of some people out of China that manufacture these disposable lighters, but you know, nobody ever got back a hold of me or anything. I don't know. You know, I just want this part here, and they're probably want to sell a bunch of lighters, you know. So they probably don't want to mess with a small time guy here. Nowadays, you know, everybody wants to make that money. Imagine what this world would be like if we didn't have a money system. Could be better, could be worse. Hard to say. Trying to center the hole. Okay. Got that centered pretty good. Right there's my sponge. Alright, so I'm going to put the Sponge back in there like that. Then I'm going to put this back on. Oop. Yep, see? The little bitty thing fell out again. Keep an eye on that. That's one of them little bitty things that, you know, you sure hope you don't want to have to get on the floor and try to crawl around and find that. Especially, I got wooden floors, but boy, that would be hard on a wooden floor, about impossible if you got carpet. Alright. Now we're going to install these two together. Boy, just a second. There we go. Alright, now we want to go with this. I'm going to get some of my O-ring grease here. Just put a dab around this screw and this O-ring here. Don't take much. Don't think this isn't one of those things where the more the better, alright? Keep that in mind. Okay. Now I feel a slight tension screwing that screw in there because that O-ring's doing the job. I'm not going to screw that in too far. Okay, this valve assembly should be good to go. So I'm going to put a little bit of grease around this here seal. And a little bit of O-ring grease around this one. And I'm going to screw that in the bottom of this. Yeah, it feels just like the right amount of pressure. Don't turn them down tight, you know. Just turn them, and if you cinch it down, you know, you deform your O-ring and you stand a chance of really just, you know, screwing it up and have to start all over again, put another O-ring in. Alright, now I'm going to put this back on, but I've got to get my little spring here that I need. There we go. I'll zoom in maybe on this particular part. Okay, see what I got here. Spring right there. I'm going to go down into there. So I got to be careful. And always tighten these things up on the side there. That way less chance of that spring coming off there and you deforming it by screwing valves and stuff down, brass parts on top of it, because that spring's pretty lightweight. Alright, now a little brass part came out of the top. It let me snug it down. This little brass sleeve kind of fits down inside the top part there. Alright, now from this point on, I'm going to put a little bit of gas in here, see what we got. About out of butane. I'm going to get me a filler valve cap on there. I'll stop this here just to go get a can of butane. Try this one on here. Well, what are we doing here? Break. Well, I'm not getting any butane in there. Well, let's see if we're getting any in it at all. Yeah. Okay, we got a little in there. You seen we had a big blowback like a torch, but let me adjust this here down a little bit. I don't think this is not going to light up very much because I don't have much gas in it. Yeah. Tighten that down some more. Okay, let's see what we got now. Now, there's let's just call that maximum flame there. Alright. So, I'm going to stick this small screw in here. wide open. Shut the lid. Looks like we're going to be good. One thing I want to do is try to do a little get some butane in here for one. I might have to deal with this valve. I'm just going to check for leaks right offhand here. I might have to deal with that. Might have to deal with that fill valve until I get it working, but now you can't tell, but there's a layer of alcohol sitting on top of this part and this part over here, the flame adjustment. I just poked a button out of the fill valve. What I'm going to do here is just watch this for a minute or so and make sure that I don't get any bubbles out of there. You gotta watch real close with magnifiers because you can see small, tiny bubbles. I mean micro bubbles, real small that you couldn't see with the naked eye. You'd think, well, you know, ain't gonna hurt nothing. Well, might not, but if you set your lighter down, they'll pick it up for a while. It could be empty. I actually need to go get some more butane. I don't see anything at the moment. So, what I'm going to do is just put everything back together here. There's that. Let's go with that. We'll set that. Take that screw out of there. We'll set that back in there. Now you're pushing this down. You got to make sure this lid goes down. You can push it down too far, and this lid won't get in there right. And I'm trying to get that rod down in that hole. There we go. See how I got there. Pay attention here. See how I can't close this lid now? You got to raise that up. Make sure that lid goes down. You push that down all the way. All right. And I want to get the screws in there. I took them out, but I can't remember which one's which now. Big one in the front. I think the little one in the front. Big one in the back. Yeah. Little one in the front. Big one in the back. Or I should say short one in the front, long one in the back. I believe anyway. Short one in the front, long one in the back. Screwdriver here. Well, it fell past. Let me pull it out up a little bit. There we go. Hold the top of that down. That way you'll know your lighter lid doesn't fall out of there. Then you have to unscrew these and pull it up and do it all over again. All right. Must be out of fluid on that. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Not getting that filled up like I should. Alright, I need to adjust it more. Got a lot more butane in it, so it's running higher pressure. So I got to adjust that flame screw in there a little more. Still a little high. I need to actually get in there and see if I can get the screw in there right. There we go. Alright. Alright. Now, let's put a flint in there. See what it did with my flint I had in there. Yeah, O-ring might have to seat in there a little bit. You know, that one, put on the pressure, the plunger. I'll turn the gas wide open and I'm going to have to get some more butane to get in there. But it looks like we're good. possibly. No, we're not. Oh, you can see it right there. I don't know if you can see it right there, but see how that plunger. Okay, I'm going to have to take this valve here on top back out and put a longer stopper in the middle of it. That stopper should be hitting before it gets to this brass part here. That means I kind of had a little question mark in the back of my head, and I put that stopper in there. I should have listened to myself, but I didn't. Well, you know, live and learn. Yeah. I think we're out of butane, getting close to it. Yeah, I gotta put another stopper in there. But anyway, you guys got the general idea, okay? Probably gonna take that valve out too and do some tinkering with that. I actually had to, I don't know if you guys see my part 4 on my, let's see, what lighter was that? It's that real expensive lighter. Starts with an R. It's a valve repair. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a really expensive lighter. Part 4 I had to do on this other lighter here. I just had to put a valve inside the valve is what I did to get it going, and it works, you know. Everything works great on it, so anyway, this one works fine. This one here is going to be, when I get done, it's going to be just the exact same as this one. Like I said, I'm just going to have to take the filler valve out and do some tinkering on that. Then I'm going to have to put a taller stopper in here. I want that stopper's got to be just past the brass a little bit, just so you'll know. Just past that brass part. Let's see, what am I in on this video here? Trying to see what time I've got on here. I'm in an hour and 13 minutes into the video. But anyway, you know how to take it apart. Let me, yeah, the valve ain't working. And I gotta, if I'm gonna have to take this valve out, I'm gonna have to find my tool. But I got it around here somewhere. My desk is kind of a mess right now. But anyway, that's the repair of these Colibri, John Sterling lighters, Colibri of London lighters. These are quality lighters. Very, very, very nice. Built very, very well. You know, every bit the quality of, in my opinion, of a Dunhill roller gas. So you got a problem with that? Well, that's just too bad, you know. I've seen a lot of lighters in my time. I get well, not a lot, as a lot of people that repair lighters, but I see enough vintage lighters. When I get one in my hand, I know if, and see how it works and feel how it operates, the lid mechanisms, and you know, the thumb wheel. I know a good one. So that's not to say I know everything. Okay, don't ever think that, because I'm not so arrogant to think I know everything. But anyway, if I see a need to do a part 2 video because of the filler valve, I'll do a part 2 video. But basically, let me see if I have the filler valves. Matter of fact, just let me show you what I got going on here. I think I got some filler valves, extra ones in here. Where'd I put them at? be up here somewhere. Just so you'll know, I'm going to be doing a repair on one of these Colibri pen liners here in the near future. We'll stay tuned for that. But these fill valves, guys, are in these lighters here are not quite what I desire to be, but nevertheless, the tool used on these is I had to fabricate, but I ended up ordering a tool out of China that's actually made for removing these filler valves that don't have notches on the inside. So anyway, that's going to be it on that, guys. Like I said, if I need to do a follow-up video, I will.